Hello everybody, it's Jess here with Blessed Jess. Thank you so much for watching. I'm here with another weekly food prep, so stay tuned. It's pretty short, but we're going to jump right into it. This was a great week. The first thing I made was bagels, keto, everything bagels. These were so good. So I will have the recipe linked down below. But the first thing I'm doing is mixing 60 grams of coconut flour, and I did do this by weight, with 2 tablespoons of baking powder. I'm mixing that up, and the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to zero out my scale, and I'm going to add mozzarella cheese. So the recipe calls for 250 grams of mozzarella cheese. I only had about 175 grams. I didn't realize it needed so much, so I did a little bit less, and it turned out fine. And then I'm adding 55 grams or 2 ounces of cream cheese. And then next I'm cracking 3 eggs. So this is kind of made like fathead dough. So basically I have the cream cheese and the mozzarella cheese cooking in the microwave. And then I'm just beating the eggs together. And we're going to mix this with the powder and the microwaved cheese. So there it is. It kind of forms a dough after you microwave it. I'm throwing in the powder and the baking powder and the coconut flour, mixing it all in. And you want this really well combined. I kind of used my hands, worked it together. You want this warm. If it starts getting dried out and kind of sticky, you want to re-microwave it, and you just really want to work with it while it's nice and hot. And it comes together like a really nice dough. I love fathead dough, and this is such a great variation of it, making bagels. We love these. They were so good. So once the dough comes together, I'm going to divide it into 6 equal portions, and then you make like these long, it's like Play-Doh. You make these long rolled out sticks, and then you make them into a bagel shape. So that's what I'm doing. This makes 6, like I said. They're going to cook at 400 degrees for about 12 to 16 minutes. And then after I rolled these out, I did sprinkle them. You won't see it on the video, but I did sprinkle them with some everything but the bagel seasoning. And that really helps make them taste like everything bagels. They are so, so good. I cannot say enough good things about them. Actually, look there, I made 7. I didn't even realize that. These are really, really good. So there they are coming out of the oven. We topped these with cream cheese or some butter, and they were great low carb bagels. It felt like you were eating bread. They were super, super good. So there they are. You guys, I can't say enough good things. Super good. We kind of use these as bagel sandwiches or just ate them with some cream cheese. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you are some pumpkin muffins. So what I'm doing is I'm taking some coconut flour, half a cup of coconut flour, and then I'm also, these you make with half coconut flour and half almond flour. So half a cup of coconut flour, half a cup of almond flour, and then 2/3 cup of sweetener. I like the monk fruit sweetener. So that's going in a big bowl, as well as a tablespoon of baking powder, and also a tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. And then I'm going to put in 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. And then you want to stir to combine. And the coconut flour kind of likes to clump up, so I just use my measuring spoon and I really try to break up as many lumps as I can. You want this smooth so that your dough is not lumpy at all. It just takes a minute to kind of work it together and get all those clumps out. There you see me pounding it with my spoon. Okay, after that's all nice and combined, we're going to move on to the next step, which is eggs. So I love this recipe because you just use 1 bowl. So I'm cracking in 4 eggs, and this recipe will be linked down below too. This is a huge hit. These are so moist. The pumpkin muffins are so moist and delicious. So 4 eggs are going in there. And then the next thing I'm going to do is add my pumpkin, because it is pumpkin muffins. So you're going to use 3/4 of a cup of pumpkin pumpkin puree, if I can talk. You guys, I'm sorry, I sound terrible. I've got a terrible cold going on. So 3/4 of a cup goes in there. And then you'll see I'm about to add a stick of butter that I have melted. That's the last ingredient. Of course, everything's better with butter, right? So I have a whole stick of butter. Oh, and I can't forget the vanilla. It says a teaspoon. I add probably closer to a tablespoon. So there's the vanilla going in. And then there's that stick of butter that I melted. And you're just going to make sure you get all that goodness, and you're going to stir to combine. Like I said, I love that this is cooked or mixed together in a one bowl. It just is, so easy and quick. So I'm just combining it. You don't want to overmix, but you definitely want to make sure everything is incorporated together. Mix, 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 mix. And then I'm going to put them into a muffin tin that I have lined with some cupcake liners. And I did spray each one of these just to make sure they're not going to stick. And I use like an ice cream scoop to scoop them. They're real thick. So this is the easiest way to get them in the muffin tins. So, and I sprayed that scoop with some spray too so they won't stick. And I kind of just, as I go, I just kind of press them in. And I ended up getting 11 little muffins right there. And I just kind of press them down to make sure they're even. And these bake in the oven for 25 minutes at 350 degrees. Here's what they look like when they come out. You guys, these were so good. And I just stored them in a Ziploc bag and we heated them up in the microwave. I would definitely recommend having them hot. They were so good. They didn't really taste pumpkin-y. They tasted more like cinnamony. They're real good. So the next thing I did was I prepped some shredded lettuce. Normally I buy this, you guys, and this is so much easier to do it yourself and cheaper. Not easier, it's definitely cheaper. So I cut it into quarters, and then I just remove that fibrous core part, and then I just lightly cut it. And that's how you do shredded lettuce. So I'm going to show you again here. As soon as I get done with this one, I'll show you. Once I quarter it, see there, I just take out that part right there because that doesn't make the greatest lettuce. And then I just cut little ribbons. And this is so much cheaper, and you get so much more lettuce. A head of lettuce is so much cheaper than the pre-shredded lettuce. And then I fill up my sink. If I had a salad spinner, I would do that. But I fill up my sink with just some cold water. I kind of swish the lettuce around in there. I lay it on a towel, just a kitchen towel, and let it dry. A trick to make it dry faster is I cover this all with a paper towel just to absorb all of the moisture. And I just kind of roll it up and press it, and it makes it nice and dry. Store this in a gallon bag with some paper towels, and it's great. Last but not least, I prepped some peppers for Lucy. This is how I cut my peppers. I just kind of cut and go all the way around the core, and it gets all of the pepper, but none of the yucky white part that she hates that part. So she will not eat anything that has little bits of white. She'll see me as I'm cutting. Cut from the inside out, makes it a lot faster. And any of that white core part, I just trim off. So I'm just going around and cutting. And then this is the best I found, is just to prep this kind of stuff before the week starts. And then all week long, it's easy to grab some veggies, put on a salad, give it to Lucy just as a snack or something. And I do the same thing with the other pepper. And then I put them both in a Ziploc bag with a paper towel on top. And this stays fresh all week for me. So I know this was a kind of a shorter week, but that is going to be it. Let me know if you try any of these recipes and what you think. Like I said, they will be linked down below. Thank you guys so much for listening to me with this terrible voice and talk to you guys. I love you all. Please subscribe if you're new. Leave me a comment down below and give this video a big thumbs up. I'll see you guys all later. Bye.